Now, children, page 12 we have the British East India Company was fiercely competitive with the Dutch and French throughout the 17th and 18th centuries over spices from the Spice Island. Now, what they were competing? किसके साथ में compete कर रहे थे? With Dutch and French, and from which century? From 17th and 18th centuries over the spices from where? From Spice Island. Now, second, now their tension was so high that the war between companies started. That is Dutch and the British East India Companies trading companies. They just isolated into at least four Anglo-Dutch war. Now they were having so tension. Now the four Anglo-Dutch wars took place between them. From which year? From 1652 to 1654, 1665 to 1667, 1672 to 1674, and 1780 to 1784. Now this was the years between the Anglo-Dutch War was taken place between these two companies. Now, the Dutch company maintained the profit must support the cost of the war, which came from trade which produced profit. Now, the Dutch company, what they maintained, they just wanted to maintain the profit cost, which supports their war. जो war के time में काम आ सके. From where they got the profit? The produced profit, whatever they have just said. Now, next, competition arose in 1635. Now, when the competition was arose in 1635, when Charles was granted a trading license to Sir William Courting. Now, the Charles I, he just gave the license to whom? To Sir William Courting, which permit the rival Courting Association to trade with the East at any location in which the EIC has no presence. Now, they were just permitted to trade with ईस्ट एट एनी लोकेशन. वो कहीं पर भी ट्रेड कर सकते थे इन विच द EIC हैज़ नो प्रेजेंस, जहाँ पर EIC की कोई प्रेजेंस नहीं हो. नाउ नेक्स्ट वी हैव इन एन एक्ट एम्ड एट strengthening the power of EIC, King Charles II granted the EIC in a series of 5 acts around 1670 the rights to autonomous traditional acquisitions, to mint money, to command fortress and troops and from aliens, to make war and peace, and to exercise both civil and criminal jurisdiction over the acquired areas. Now, what he had just granted? He just granted the EIC rights to the autonomous territorial acquisitions. Now, in that, what they include? The mint money, to the command fortress, and the troops from alliances. Now, they just wanted to make war and peace, and later they exercised both the civil and criminal jurisdiction over the acquired areas. Now, wherever they were ruling, they just exercised the civil and criminal jurisdiction. The company, fresh from a colossal victory and with the backing of its own private, well-disciplined and experienced army, was able to assert its interest in the Carnatic region from its base in Madras and in Bengal from Calcutta without facing any further obstacles from other colonial powers. Now, what the company did? They just got the colossal victory. Now, with the backing of its own private, they just, with the well-disciplined and the experienced army, they just started that they assert in the Carnatic region from the base of Madras. कहाँ से उन्होंने Carnatic region में एंट्री करी? From the base of the Madras in Bengal from Calcutta without they were having any obstacles, they were having no problems from the colonial powers. Now, in year 1689, a Mughal fleet commanded by Sidi Kayab attacked Bombay. Now, there was a group of Mughals in 1689. They just attacked on Bombay. After a year of resistance, the EIC surrendered in 1690, and the company sent envoys to Aurangzeb's camp to pledge for a pardon. Now, what they did? After a year, they just surrendered in the year 1690, and they have just sent the envoys to Aurangzeb camp for the plate. The company and was had to prostrate themselves before the emperor, pay a large indemnity, and promise better behave in future. Now, what the company has to do? They just have to promise to the king, and they have that what promise they have to make, that in future they will not behave like this. The emperor withdrew his troops, and the company subsequently re-established itself in Bombay and set up a new base in Calcutta. Now, what the company did, the emperor did, he just withdrew his troops. Now the company just re-established itself in the Bombay, and they have just set up a new base in Calcutta. Now, East India Company and its trade in Bengal. Now, about the East India Company and its trade in Bengal. The first English factory was set up on the banks of river Hooghly in 1651. Now, the first factory was set up on the bank of river Hooghly in the year 1651. Coming to the page 13, the first base from which the company traders know at that time as factors operated. Now this was the base from where the company traders, जो company traders से उन्हें पता चला that the time as factors operated, how the factors are operated. The factory had a warehouse where goods for export were stored, and it had offices where company officials sat. Now the factory was having a warehouse जहाँ पर गुड्स रखे जाते थे एक्सपोर्ट के जो एक्सपोर्ट करने होते थे, एंड दे वर हैव द ऑफिसेज ऑल्सो वेयर द कंपनी ऑफिशियल्स सेट, जो कंपनी के ऑफिशियल्स थे वो वहाँ पर बैठते थे. एज ट्रेड expanded, the company pursued merchants and traders to come and settle near the factories. Now, when the trade expanded, जैसे ही उनका ट्रेड एक्सपैंड होने लगा, what the companies did, they just ask the merchants and the traders to just come near the factory, and they have to just settle over there. By the 1696, it began building a fort around the settlement. Now, in the year 1696, what it did, they just began to build a fort around the settlement where the companies were just setting their small companies. 2 years later, it bribed Mughal officials into giving the company zamindari rights over 3 villages. Now, after the 2 years, what the Mughal officials did, they just started that the company zamindari rights over the 3 villages. Now, one of these was Kalikata, which later grew into the city of Calcutta or Kolkata as it is known today. Now, इनमें से there was one state name was Kalikata, and later it was named as Calcutta or Kolkata today we know. It also persuaded the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to issue a farman granting the companies the right to trade duty fees. Now, what later they did, the Mughal emperors, Aurangzeb, he just issue a farman granting. Now, whatever they are just farming, they have to give the trade duty that was free. The company tried continuously to press for more consequences and manipulate existing privileges. Aurangzeb's farman, for instance, had granted only the company the rights to trade duty free. Now, they just granted them, the company just granted them the right to trade duty free. Now, but officials of the company who were carrying on private trade on the other side were expected to pay duties. Now, on the other side, what the trade companies, they just wanted the free fees. Okay, children. Now, this they refused to pay. Now, what they did, they just refused that we are not giving you the money, causing an enormous loss of revenue from Bengal. Now, what it causes, when they just refused to pay, they just got the loss of revenue from which country? From Bengal. This made the Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Quli Khan, raise up in protest, and the defeat of the Nawab was that the forces led by Mir Jafar, one of the Sirajuddaullah's commanders, never fought the battle. Now, what happened? Salib had managed to secure his support by promising to make him Nawab after crushing Sirajudullah. Now, what happened when the Nawab of Bengal, Murshid Kali Khan, he just raised a protest, and the defeat of Nawab was that the forces led by Mir Jafar, one of the Sirajuddaullah's commander. Now he was the commander of Sirajuddaulah, and he had never fought the battle. Now he just the Salib, he managed to secure his support by promising to make him Nawab after crushing Sirajudullah. Now, what he had just made the promise to him that after he will just defeat Sirajudullah or he will just crush him, he will going to make him Nawab. Now, the Battle of Plassey became famous because it was the first major victory the company won in India. Now comes the Battle of Plassey, and it was a decisive victory of the British East India Company over the Nawab of Bengal and his French allies on 23 June 1757 under the leadership of Robert Siliv, which was possible due to the defection of the Mir Ali Khan. Now, what happened? This was the victory which was taken by British East India Company in the year 1757 on 23rd June. Now, under the leadership of Robert Siliv, it was just possible to defection possible due to the defection of Mir Ali Khan. The battle helped the company seize control of Bengal. Now, what the battle helped to seize the control of the Bengal? Over the next 100 years, they seized control of the entire Indian subcontinent and Myanmar. Now, in the coming next 100 years, they just seized the control of the entire इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट्स, जो भी सब कॉन्टिनेंट्स थे उन सब का जो कंट्रोल था वो उन्होंने सीज कर दिया, एंड द म्यांमार ऑल्सो. द बैटल टुक प्लेस एट पालशी on the bank of the Hooghly River about 150 kilometers north of Calcutta and south of Murshidabad, then capital of Bengal. Now, where the battle took place of Plassey? On the bank of river Hooghly. It was about कितने kilometers दूर थी? 150 kilometers. From where? From north of Calcutta and the south of Murshidabad, the capital of Bengal. Next, coming to the page number 14, we have the belligerents were the Nawab Sirajuddaulah, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, and the British East India Company. Now, he was the last Nawab of Sirajuddaulah, and he was the last independent Nawab also of Bengal and of the British East India Company also. Sirajuddaulah had become the Nawab of Bengal the year before. Now, when he became the Nawab of Bengal a year before only, and he ordered the English to stop the extension of their fortification. Now, what he had just ordered to stop the extension of the fortification. Robert Siliv briefed Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of the Nawab's army, and also promised him to make him Nawab of Bengal. Now, what the Robert Siliv, he just promised to Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of the Nawab's army, that he will just make him the Nawab of Bengal. Now, Siliv defeated Sirajuddaulah at Plassey in 1757 and captured Calcutta. Now, what did Siliv did? He just defeated Sirajuddaulah at Plassey, and he has just captured the Calcutta in the year 1757. The British sent reinforcements under Colonel Robert Sewell and Admiral Charles Watson from Madras to Bengal and recaptured Calcutta. Now, the Britishers, they just reinforcement under whom? Under Colonel Robert Sewell and the Admiral Charles Watson from Bengal, and they just captured the Calcutta again. Now, Siliv then seized the initiative to capture the French fort of Chandernagar. Now, what the Siliv did? He just seized the initiative to capture the French forts of Chandernagar. Now tensions and suspicions between Sirajuddaula and the British culminated in the Battle of Plassey. Now, in the Battle of Plassey, the tensions and the suspicions between Sirajuddaula and British culminated. The Battle of Plassey and the resultant victory of the British East India Company led to puppet governments instated by them in various states of India. This led to an unleashing of excessive malpractices and atrocities by the French East India Company in the name of tax collection. Now, what it lead? It leads to the unleashing of excesses. What were the malpractices being done there? And by the British East India Company, the name of the tax collection was just stopped. Now, this was the chapter which we have just read, the half the chapter we have read, that the arrival of the trading company, then the trade revival we have just learned, and the Battle of Plassey, East India Company and its trade in Bengal. Now, children, you have to read the chapter at your home, and you have to understand what these topics going to explain you. And children, the work will be sent to you by WhatsApp. So, thank you.